Hey guys, welcome back. It is your favorite Gimp with the Limp, and I'm here with a video I was really not wanting to make, and damn if they just didn't force it down my throat. I had to make it. So I'm sure if you're into gaming at all, you've probably at least heard about what's going on with Frosthaven here recently. It's had a whole lot of drama since he dropped his latest update, number 80. I've got it pulled up here, and we're not going to go through the whole update because you guys can see as I scroll through it here, it's rather long. I mean, by all means, go read it for yourself. Think for yourself on what you think of it. I'm not really addressing the specific points of the update itself. All right, I'm kind of going at it peripherally because I originally, like I said, wasn't going to even talk about this subject, but I don't like seeing what I'm seeing now, so I have to kind of speak out about those points. All right, so we're not going to get into the validity of his narrative, all right, his beliefs on this, because that's up to you to decide on what you think is right. All right, the thing has to do with a list of different points. One, and I've seen plenty of people make this point, and I gotta say I agree with them. This whole update didn't need to happen in the first place. It just seems like it was done for virtue signaling points. He wanted to get clapped on the back for, yay, look at me, look how inclusive and woke and understanding and all the diversity words that they can come up with. He wanted all the accolades. He had to know that was going to cause some bad will. I mean, it's nobody doesn't know right now that there's massive amounts of bad blood on both sides, and people who are in the middle of this just wish like everyone would just stop. I mean, we're tired of hearing this crap. We're tired of woke being jammed down our throat, and we're tired of the people fighting the woke. We're tired of it. We want to just be left alone. This is our escapism, right? This is gaming. Gaming is where we come to have fun. Frosthaven, Gloomhaven. Gloomhaven's a great game. Love the game. I'm expecting good things from Frosthaven. I like his mechanics. I'm not going to get into the whole game, but yeah, fun game. I mean, a very unique thing. It was one of the things that helped get me into that type of war gaming back when it first released, because it was such a good, innovative idea, like the cards, the combat system. I mean, it's in-depth, but good stuff. But we don't need this. We don't need to be fighting each other over real-world politics in our gaming. This universe was created from fiction. Right? It's no different than Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, or whatever, Star Trek, anything else you can think of, Warcraft. All the fantasy universes out there were created out of someone's imagination. So, and I understand to kind of a small extent, you got to draw from the real world a little bit, and the fact that I guess people exist, you know, but that's about it. I mean, come on, for gosh sakes, they have rock people that were brought to life through magic in this game. You know what I'm saying? It's like, who are you correlating? Who are you trying to include? I mean, who's not being included? What are you talking about? The rocks are even included in the game. What stuff are you talking about? Now, some of the things the update goes into talks about choice, and I'm good with that. And a lot of people have addressed this, but the short version he gives in his narrative here is about one of the scenarios, and people are upset because they were kind of forced into a choice, is what he was saying. And to an extent, he's right. Yeah, cool. Give people choice as far as their gaming narrative goes. By all means, you know, do they want to support the rock people, or do they want to support the mystic people, or have those, you know, tense moments? Because those are the things that really make gaming stand out. Think about Dragon Age Origins, the first one, you know, that was really, really good because it had those deep, impactful decisions that you had to make. Mass Effect. I'm playing through the Legendary Edition right now, loving it, really great. And it's cool to see all that, and some of the decisions you have to make in that game have real impact. I mean, not real world impact, but deep choices, right? Between life and death. You know, do you hurt this group to profit yourself, or do you hurt yourself to not hurt this other group? And things like that are what make games stand out, make games fun. So don't try to take that stuff out. I mean, he talks about trying to, work on that, but that's not really what this is about. This is all about the political narrative that is going on now and appeasing those people. But the problem is it can never be appeased. There is no appeasing the mob when it comes to all this. There will never be enough inclusion. There will never be enough diversity. They're attacking board games, for God's sakes, made in fictional universes. Magic the Gathering. I mean, seriously? Stuff that has nothing to do with real world politics. They try to read tangentially into it and say it means this. It's just like the whole black people being synonymous with orcs thing. It's like, where is your mind at that you even think that? Like, how does that thought get into your mind? It blows my mind. So the whole thing just didn't need to be said. If he wanted to work on his narrative, that's fine. His game, his choice. Do your thing. Either just put out an update saying, hey, we hired someone to go over the narrative, make sure we're giving players impactful, meaningful choices. It might delay the game a little bit, but that's what we're doing because we want to provide you the best experience. Everyone would have said, cool, great, yay, good, no problem. Few people might have been upset about the delay, but that would have been it. There would have been no huge woke backlash. There would be no deluge of videos on YouTube and TikTok and all the others talking about Wokehard. There wouldn't have been an extra stirring of animosity between the two sides had he not said all this and then just said that. We're tweaking the narrative to make sure it's as good as it can be. And he does say kind of at the bottom, being respectful and derogatory. And I've gone and looked at it between this and BGG, and it really is stinking more of not derogatory or disruptive, but if you disagree with us, we're going to censor you, and then we're going to refund you against your will. That's where I'm really coming from now on wanting to make this video, because I did pull it up here on BGG. In BGG, you guys probably know, I feel has been going downhill here, especially in the past so many months. They've been really curating the forums into an echo chamber, and anyone who doesn't think like the mods do is just cut and banned and done. Don't do that. Why do you want to live in a world where everyone thinks exactly the way that you do? Not to mention the fact that, say whatever you believe is right, okay? If you're right, then whatever you believe should be able to stand up to criticism. If your beliefs can't stand up against criticism, you have to censor those who disagree with you for your beliefs to exist, then how strong can your beliefs actually be? How much faith do you have in what you believe if you have to silence your opponent to make sure your side wins? So I was going through the forums, people talking about refunds, and I want to point out, you see here, comment removed by moderator, comment removed, more comments removed, and all the threads, any thread talking about this or even closely related to it, you see this all in there, all of it. Like every 4 or 5 comments, you see someone's got a comment deleted, and someone was talking about it. I couldn't find it. I was trying to find it. It might have been deleted since I first looked. Unfortunately, a lot of these comments are getting deleted so quickly you can't really keep track of what's being said. But there was someone who was saying that they were forced a refund on Frosthaven, that they received a notification. They had made a comment on the Kickstarter page, so over here, yeah, here's the comments, and there's 24,000 now. There were nowhere near this many. I mean, it's popping up every second, multiple comments talking about this. But the guy had made a comment here, disagreeing with Isaac on all whatever his points were. And then later on, he receives an email saying that he's getting a refund for blah, 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 and they give him back $1. Evidently, he's saying he's backed at the $300 point, and he's getting $1 back. Now, it could be that he backed originally at $1 and then upgraded it later in the pledge manager, and it's coming in a couple of waves. That's possible. The bigger thing is the fact that he didn't ask for a refund. And now we're floating the line between, you know, a business being free to choose whether or not they want your business versus you took the person's money to fund your project originally. And now that your project's a big success, you're going to make this statement that you know is going to cause controversy and then force refunds on people who disagree with you. Like, really? That's how you want to do business? Like, that's how you want your company to be known? That if you don't agree with me in every single facet of my being, then I'm going to take and cancel your order. That's just outrageous to me. I don't think that that's a proper way, a decent way to do business. If someone's backed the game and they want the game, that's fine. Go with it. If they're making rude and, you know, cuss-filled laden rants on your comments page, ban them from commenting on it. That's one thing. You know, contact them and ask them, would you like a refund? Do you not want to participate in the Kickstarter anymore? Or something like that. Evidently, he's not the only one. And that's really worrying between BGG, you know, the forums being filled with stuff like this, you know, post removed, and now forcing refunds on people. I mean, is this really where we want gaming to be? Gaming should be a unifying thing. We should all be able to come together, no matter race, ethnicity, creed, religion, whatever the case may be, gender, throw that one in there too, and sit down and play a fictional fantasy game, a war game, Warhammer, whatever the game it is that you're into. We should be able to sit down and play it together peacefully and have fun with it. It should be something that it brings people together because we have a unifying interest. We have a unifying hobby. How is that not better than creating animosity between people and then attacking those you disagree with? And the attacks are coming now on both sides. It's ridiculous. Don't do it. Don't, just stop. People are tired of it. I know I'm tired of it. I know all you guys have to be tired of it. That it seems like we constantly are at each other's throats, or someone's at each other's throats, or there's a new controversy popping up. This person's done X and everyone's upset about it, and there's going to be whatever happening. I mean, aren't you guys tired of it? I know I can't be the only one who's burnt out on all of this and just wants to stop seeing the hate and the vitriol tossed at everybody and all the hate words of you're a Nazi this, you're a bigot that. No, stop attacking everyone. Let people just live. I don't care. If they don't agree with me, I don't care. What they're doing doesn't affect me. Right? Whatever Isaac believes does not affect my life. It doesn't matter to me. Right? Whatever I do shouldn't affect him. Go do your thing, dude. That's fine. You put out games. I review games. I review war games. We live our lives. We don't have to take and hate each other based on personal beliefs. We should be able to sit down and play a game together and shake each other's hands afterwards and say, hey, good game. It was fun. I enjoyed it. Let's do it again sometime. I know there's a gentleman I disagree with. I won't name him personally. And we disagree on most everything politically, but I still speak cordially to him. I'm still friendly with him. We message back and forth about gaming. You know, every now and then we've talked about a multitude of games. He's into war games, obviously, and he's got a game that he's working on that he wants me to help him with, and I'm more than happy to do it because I don't want to let politics tear apart my hobby, you know. And we're being so influenced now by the media and by social media and hate clicks that the hate clicks are just turning into general hate, right? People just hate their neighbors now. They don't even know why. They just hate their neighbors. And now it's gone so far that it's inundating our hobby to where you can't have a difference of opinion. You can't post on your gaming websites that you could have been a member of for years. They're going to kick you off of it. You can't back a game that you played the first one for hundreds of hours and you had fun with it. You can't back the second one because you disagree with the publisher about something, so he's going to take and force a refund on you. I mean, is this really the world we want to live in? Is this really how we want to treat our fellow human beings? Or can we not have a little bit of damn peace and sit down with each other and play a little Frosthaven, have some fun, see how the new game plays, see what kind of cool fantasy creatures they've come up with, what cool paint schemes people can come up with, and good God, it can't be any worse than how I painted Gloomhaven. That was back in my early days of painting, and I was really bad. I screwed up the paint job. I probably won't even take a picture of it because it was so bad. I didn't shake up the rattle can enough when I was priming it, and it got all these little like speckled, it looked kind of almost sandpapery across it, and I didn't understand what was going on, so I just painted over it. And when I realized later what had happened, like it has this rough texture, I'm like, oh, we'll just call it fur and go from there. God, I painted this thing so bad. I got better later on, you know, obviously, but man, that was funny. That's stuff we should be able to laugh about. You know, we should be able to sit down, no matter your political beliefs or your gender, your religion, creed, whatever, and play a damn game. I mean, these are games, people. Just stop. Stop. Isaac, stop. Stop putting out updates that you knew were going to cause massive amounts of backlash. It's going to cause your community to tear itself apart because you want people to clap you on the back and say, yay, you're so inclusive. Dude, your civilization, your fictional universe here has rock people in it, right? It has little rat people in it. They're supposed to have backgrounds. I was reading the comments about it, and I forget the little names, the little skinks or something to that effect. They're little mischievous creatures, but they grew up as kind of like prey, so they had to be defensive and sneaky and, you know, secretive about the stuff. They're tricky, you know, that type of play style. Well, that fits that race to have that because of their small stature. They're like miniature, like rat people type thing. It works in the narrative. It has nothing to do with real life. Stop trying to put politics in games. Just stop. Just stop. Please, for the love of God, stop. Now, I will add this little addendum before I finish off. I've mentioned before that it's okay to have a game that touches on a touchy subject if that's the point of the game. Like that game that's about the Underground Railroad, right? The Freedom Railroad. Great, that's cool. It touches on a part of history and it educates people about that, and you get to work to try to get the slaves free and try to get them away from the slave catchers and all the other cool stuff, and you can learn a little bit about history. Games like that's fine to have a little bit of a political narrative, a little spin on it, because it has to do with the history of the game, the history of what was going on, and your actual goal. But something like this, it doesn't need it. All it can do right now is cause animosity. I pray to God we hit a day where people can sit down and be amicable with someone who disagrees with them again. Hopefully that day will come soon, but right now it's not there. So let's not do that, right? Reach a hand across the aisle and welcome your neighbor instead of looking for a reason to hate someone. yeah, instead of just looking for a reason to hate someone. It's horrible. Just stop it, people. For the love of God, just love your fellow man and stop looking at him or her, whoever, at their immutable characteristics. That crap doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter if someone is black, white, girl, boy, yellow, purple polka dot. They're a person. You judge them based on their characteristics. You judge them based on their character, their honor, their integrity. Those things matter. The crap that you're born with, none of that matters. I'm sick of people acting like it matters. It doesn't. Alright, but that's it. I'm done with my rant here. I hope this can reach some of you guys and that the majority of y'all will agree with me that this stuff, just the deliberate hate that's stirred up, it's so bad. It's so bad at this point. People just gotta stop it. You know, don't allow it. Just don't allow people to deliberately stir you up against your neighbor. Remember, at the end of the day, you know, we're all unified. We're all on this planet together. And it would be nice if we could enjoy a hobby and sit down and play a game together without letting the real world bullcrap that's going on ruin every last aspect of escapism that we have. All right, but yeah, feel free to put your comments down below. I'm sure I'll have some that are hating on me for saying don't hate people. I don't know. I always get some thumbs down for stuff like this for saying don't judge people based on their race and shit, but I haven't understood those people, so they want to judge people based on mutable characteristics. That's on them. That's not on me. I want to play games and I want to have fun. That's me. All right, y'all take care. I will talk to you later.